Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end this saga off. Welcome to Let's Replay Mega Man 04. The Reploids. They were robots designed to look like humans. These technical marvels were given unique personalities and were intended to be the perfect workers and the perfect partners for mankind. But the wheels of peace between Reploids and humans were beginning to grind to a halt. The Reploids were well designed, perhaps too well. Their humanity began to sow the seeds of rebellion. The rebels were labeled Mavericks and were feared by their human masters. The humans decided to pit Reploid against Reploid. That was the fate given to them. The Reploids fighting for humanity were never given a choice. Thus the War of the Machines began, and the humans just watched. War begot war, and time passed. Even with the construction of the utopian human society Neo-Arcadia, the war dragged on. The Mavericks defeated the leader of Neo-Arcadia, and now, Neo-Arcadia is under the control of the criminal Dr. Vile. The former Utopia is now only a shadow of its former glory. Many have started to flee the city. We are one of those groups fleeing from the clutches of Dr. Vile in our caravan. Ah, I should have grabbed a faster car. Nate, they're catching up. I know, but this is as fast as it goes. Shoot, Dr. Vile's trying to bring us back. Zero, can you hear me? The enemy's heading for the caravan. Help them! Understood. Commencing mission. CL? I'll need some help with the trailer. Thank you. And thus it begins, ladies and gentlemen. And first off, let's do the usual thing. Get the Z-Saber in our normal weapon slot and change the control to switch weapons. Now, you might notice we have a new weapon here, the Zero Knuckle. Sadly, the Shield Boomerang will actually not make a return this time, but we start with all three of our weapons. The Zero Knuckle is actually a really cool fist-type item. It allows you to, when you kill an enemy with it, steal their weapon. You can't do it with every enemy, but you can do it with a damn good amount of them, and a lot of the weapons are surprisingly decent. And if you press select, by the way, you can throw the weapon, which is necessary for those, first off, so you can get rid of the weapon if you don't want it on anymore. And if you just want to throw the weapon if it's out of ammo, like this one is. Plus, when you throw the weapon, it actually damages enemies, so that's pretty cool. You're going to immediately notice one thing about 04 that's kind of odd. Its sound font is rather different than the originals. It has this weird whirring kind of one to it. I don't know how I feel about it to this day, but it has some good tracks in it either way. And you're also going to notice that enemies are dropping these weird-ass part things. We'll find out what those are for at the end of the part. Also, I was so disappointed. I wanted to make this first stage a no-hit run like I practically did for 03, but, well. Zero! I'm detecting heat signatures. Zero, something's coming! Bring the trailer closer. I'll take care of it. Gotcha. What was even the point of that little cutscene there? Anyway, there's some things you can get on top of this little desert train thing, but it's not worth it. Let's just head down here for the boss. This is the Sub-Desert Core. The Sub-Desert Core is actually pretty easy. The thing is, it has a giant-ass laser attack, though. If you use the Zero Knuckle, though, to get rid of those little wires at the bottom, it's now a significantly smaller laser attack. Basic strategy is, aside from that, in terms of attacks, he has that pink laser attack he opened up the battle with, I think, and he can send those little green guys at you. This is the attack that shrinks should you take out those wires. Not a very hard boss at all, really. In fact, it might be the easiest intro boss in the series. Not counting Golem, though, because Golem went down in one shot once he had the Z-Saber. And we start the game off with an S-Rank. Booyah! Looks like everyone's okay. I'm surprised to see someone crazy enough to drive out here, in the middle of the nowhere. Do you always give lectures to the people you save? Yes. Yes, I do. Well, thanks anyway. Nage, we don't have time for this. Let's go. You're right, but there's time to say thank you. I don't want the Reploids to thinking we're ungrateful. Prepare to leave. I'll be there soon. Alright. No good can come of dealing with Reploids. That's racist. You're human? Yes, we are. Are humans outside of Neo Arcadia that rare? They're pretty rare in the series in general, honestly. Zero! Zero? Zero, I'm glad you're okay. It looks like the vehicle's okay too. Thanks to you both. You saved us, Dr. CL. Huh? How did you know? Who are you? The name's Nage. I'm human just like you. I used to be a journalist who traveled the world. That's why I heard rumors about you and the Resistance. That you led the Reploids against Neo Arcadia. And are supposed to be very dangerous. Dangerous? We're not. I might be. I've heard a lot about you too. I knew you were the Resistance when I heard CL call your name just now. So you're the legendary Reploid Zero. We don't want any strange rumors being spread about us. There won't be. I'm just telling you what I've heard. But others might think differently than me. I'll be seeing you. It's time for us to get going. Going? Where are you going anyway? If you're human, then why don't you just stay in the Neo Arcadia? You put all this together just to escape from there? Just stay there because we're human? You must be joking. Wait, you don't know, do you? That place has changed. Didn't you see us getting attacked just now? It's terrible. It doesn't matter anymore. Human or Reploid, it's all the same. Anyone that opposes Vile is treated like a maverick. The evil Dr. Vile who was driven away from Neo Arcadia. He controls all of the energy in production there, and everywhere, all because some hero defeated the leader of Neo Arcadia. Oh, that was totally me. Sorry about that. The great sanctuary for us humans is no more. But then, that means what we did was... The humans are afraid of being removed if they oppose Vile, so he rules unchecked. As long as they stay quiet, they stay safe. But who knows how long before Vile decides to get rid of them too. That's why we fled from that place. We're heading for the settlement in Area 0. Area 0? There's a human settlement there? Then we'll go with you. Who knows when Vile will strike next? Well, CL's human, but Reploids aren't welcome. Especially heroes like you. What's that supposed to mean? The settlement is full of people who were caught up in the Reploid War, so they don't take too kindly to Reploids. Humans aren't as strong or friendly as you might think. I won't tell the Caravanners that you're the Zero that defeated the leader of Neo Arcadia. Can't you just call him X? Don't get us involved in anything. Talk to you later, but wouldn't that be getting involved with this? Okay, Naze, you're kind of confusing me already. Humans, huh? Zero, we should get back to the trailer. Right. Something about the caravan bothering you? Yeah. I was shocked to hear that all the humans at the settlement hated the Reploids. It's just we fought so hard for the Reploids that I didn't know the other way humans felt. Didn't they say the settlement wasn't a place called Area 0? That's where we should be heading to. They're struggling to maintain their independence from Vile, and we have to help them. Do what you feel's right. Thanks, Zero. I just need a little more time. Now might be a good time to drop by Servos for some maintenance. After that, come and see me in the commander's room. Oh, before that, I'll save your data. Still doing this 4 games later. I admire your persistence at this. No, don't overwrite my original LP save data. There you go. There we go. All saved. I'll be here in the commander's room. If you ever want to store your data, just drop by. And by the looks, you only have the one operator with us, Rouge. Alrighty then. And this is the resistance base for this game. We have Servo's lab, the commander room, and 2 extra rooms. This one contains Alouette, because for some reason, the fan base really either liked her, or the developers just found her important enough. Though apparently we are getting a new type of cyber elf in, and she can't think of a name for it. Great. In the next room, we got another character who you might recognize from 03. I think I showed him off once. This guy, the guy who told you about cyberspace. His purpose will become a bit more clear as we progress. Over here, we got one of the guards. And in the lab, we obviously have Servo, because he really is important, honestly. Gave us our secret discs in the 3rd game. Hey, Zero, you hanging in there? Need a little work? Those dust clouds are something else. No, I'm fine. Alright, but don't overdo it. Did you try out your Zero Knuckle yet? You probably already know about it, but it's a weapon on board a chip implanted into your hand. It gives you a big strength boost that comes in handy when attacking enemies or stealing their weapons. Doesn't work for every enemy, but for the ones it does, it just finished them off with the Zero Knuckle to grab their weapon. By the way, what's your next move? CL's looking into Area 0. I think the humans there need our help. Looks like you've got your work cut out for you. If there's anything I can do to help, don't be afraid to ask. Oh! I almost forgot something important. Enemies sometimes drop parts. You might be able to use some of those to make new chips. If you want to try making one, just let me know. That's what the parts that the enemies dropped was for. By the way, you can do this now. It's a reference to Zero's, to X's for 5 onwards. Enemy parts pretty much are how you make your head, body, and foot chips from 03. Enemies drop them, and you put them together in recipes, and hopefully you get something out of it. I'll be taking advantage of that this time around, unlike the first playthrough where I cheated to get all the parts. But that'll wait until after all the actual stages. But with that, obviously if you can't tell by the black screen, I'm gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 2, we'll be seeing what CL's found out about Area Zero. See you guys then!